Video, we will continue working on the stair. We have a concrete pad here, and we'll stretch this stair from that pad up to level 1. We'll also be adding railings around the pavilion. So to add the stair, I'm going to go to level 1. And I will go to architecture stair. Now, for the width of the stair, we want the stringers to attach in this region of the post. Our column center lines are 20 feet. So the stringer is going to sit a little bit outside of that column line and this one too. So I have an actual width of 20 feet, 1.5. We're going to use the sort of generic assembled stair, and this permits us to use that 7-inch riser and 11-inch tread that I had blocked out in establishing where this pad is going to be. So I will go ahead and begin placing stair. I'm going to start by going to the midpoint of this pad, and it will have to move, but this will be where we kind of get things going. 4 feet, 7 inches. Okay, there'll be a gap in between the platform here and the stair, and we'll move that into place. So the stringers will have a connection to the posts here. Now there will be more than stringers at either end here. That's way too far to span. There would be several along this concrete pad, but we'll only be showing this in plan, so we don't need to get into that level of detail. I'm going to go back to the longitudinal section looking north. One thing you'll notice is that it is sitting above level 1. We want to move it down so that it is relative to, click on the stair. Let's see, lower cut, end cut. I'm still in the stair modification process here. So I'm going to move it so the base is set to the stair pad. Okay. So you can see now that it's slightly shifted as we knew it would be. I'm going to move here and shift it from, first of all, what I'll do is I'll click on the check mark and I'm done modifying the stair. And we can just ignore this warning here. Okay, so I'm going to click on the stair again, move, and I'm going to bring it from that point to align with the edge of the platform. Okay, so now it's sitting where it's supposed to, and I can come along here and delete the lines that I had used for blocking in the stair location. Okay, so I'll just get rid of all those. Now, as far as the railing goes, right now it is set to a railing called rectangular. You're welcome to keep that as the railing that you use. I'm going to change mine to guardrail height. As you can see, this has a guardrail and a handrail. This is the handrail right here. I'm going to edit the type for this. Well, this is something that you need to check. When you edit it, we want to have a 3-foot 6-inch top rail. Okay. Now the handrail is going to be slightly lower than that, and we don't need to make any changes to that. But for that top part, 3 feet 6 inches. Now, what sets these are building codes, basically. So for non-residential use, the guardrails need to be 3 feet 6 inches. So we're making an assumption here that this is not a residential application, and that's the reason for that. So let's see, let's take a look at this in 3D. So there's my stair. There are the two. I've got one that was the default railing, and then I've got this new guardrail, and I'll change that one to guardrail pipe as well. And notice how it is higher than the posts. We'll make that revision shortly. Okay, let's take a look at it from the south elevation. Right there, we have the stair. And we can now go ahead and begin placing the railings around the pavilion. So I'm going to go back to level 1. Okay. And I will start with railing, and I'm going to change this one to the pipe rail that I just created or that I just edited. And click on the check mark. Okay, now one thing that I can see from this is that because I'm using the same one that I had for the stair, a handrail is appearing. So let's take a look at this in 3D so you can see what I'm talking about. So you can see it right there. Now, you only need the handrails along the stairways. So what do I need to do? I need to make a duplicate of this one. So I'm going to click on it. I'm going to edit the type. I'm going to duplicate it. And we could leave it as pipe 2, which would be the default copy name. That's fine. And then I'm going to come down to where it says handrail 1, and where it says left, I'm going to put none and apply and OK. Okay, so now I have the guardrail with the handrail and a guardrail without a handrail. And I can go around and add this railing all the way around the perimeter of the pavilion. So let's go back to level 1. And we go to architecture railing and snap to the face of each of these posts like so. Hit the check mark and do that. Oops, I'm still using my first guardrail. So now I'm going to pick that handrail, guardrail, and change it to number 2. And now before I make my next one, I will change it to type 2 there. Okay. Check mark. Okay, that looks fine. Architecture, railing. Railing. Always going to the center line of the column. Check mark. And we have a couple more to make our way around to where the stair is. Okay, so I've got all of them in there. Let's take a look at this in 3D. And you can see there are these handrails all the way around the structure. Now, one last thing I need to do is to raise these posts up a little higher. I'm going to go to the south elevation to get a better look. Okay, so base offset -3. This one, let's make this 3 feet 8. See how that is. Yeah, 3 feet 8 is high enough. Again, we just want to have a place to terminate those. So I'll do that to the 3 that are here in the front. 3 feet 8. Why? And that's it for the stair and railings.